Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for men's basketball action. The Clash at Canyons Tournament Championship as Cuyamaca will take on College of the Canyons here on this Saturday evening in Santa Clarita at Lee Smelser Court inside the Cougar cage. I'm Matt Robinson, happy to have you along with us as always. College of the Canyons and Cuyamaca, a rematch from last season's Clash at Canyons final. The Cougars were able to come out ahead with a 74-70 victory over Cuyamaca in that one as they outlasted the Coyotes, things in parts of 21 points from Joshua Barnett and 17 points of Jonah Alfara off the bench as well. Xavier Rubio had 28 points in the win for Cuyamaca, or the loss for Cuyamaca in that one. Canyons looking for their 5th straight Clash at Canyons Tournament Championship for head coach Howard Fisher and the Cougars. Last night, both these teams came away victorious in their contests. For Cuyamaca, a win over Barstow, put up 72 points. They shot 40% from the floor. They had solid outputs from Nico Cervantes, Jameer Sykes, and Derek McBride. All of them were in double figures in the contest, with Sykes leading them with 23. For College of the Canyons, a nice win for them against Oxnard in the second game yesterday. Stacey Webb had 11 points for the Cougars. Wyatt Wilson finished with 16. Mo Pitts with 15. And Justin Perez with 12. The starters for College of the Canyons: Donovan Cornelius, Wyatt Wilson, Maurice Pitts, Justin Perez, and Roz Orbach, as Canyons will win the opening tap, as it's pushed back by Wyatt Wilson. And the Cougars will start with the basketball here as we are underway. For Cuyamaca, Quentin Richardson, Nico Cervantes, Jameer Sykes, Kenneth Clue, and Derek McBride out on the floor to start things off for the Coyotes. And Rob Bukowski, the head coach of Cuyamaca, is a three-pointer knocked down from Mo Pitts. He was hot from 3 yesterday, 4 of 8 from downtown. And that's going to be key for College of the Canyons, it looks like, this year, the ability to shoot the 3-ball well. The Cougars yesterday, 11 of 29 from 3, shot 37% from beyond. And an offensive foul drawn right off the start as Sykes runs over Pitts down low, and Canyons gets a defensive stop and the basketball back. The Cougars shot 46% from the floor yesterday, 29 of 62. They struggled at the foul line, which was a theme from last season as well. Shot just 65%, made 15 of 23. As they go to work on offense once again here. Cornelius working to his right now, wanting to work it inside to Roz Orbach, who catches, had it stripped out of his hands, but Perez was there. He's then fouled going up, and Sykes has picked up 2 very quick fouls, an offensive foul and then one underneath the basket. They actually gave it to Richardson. I thought they gave it to Sykes from behind, but instead they gave it to Quentin Richardson. So it'll be Perez to the line to shoot a pair of foul shots. Perez yesterday, as we said, 12 points shot, 5 of 11 from the floor. Misses on the first foul shot. Or scratch that, yeah, he did shoot 5 of 11 from the floor, but 2 of 4 from 3. Misses the first, makes the second, so Canyons 50% on the foul line here. Just underway, 1 minute in, College of the Canyons and Cuyamaca. Clash at Canyons Championship, a rematch from a season ago in the same tournament. Here's Sykes. He was solid yesterday. Sykes had a very nice game with 23 points. Got it over to McBride, who's a little running floater with the right hand is good. And McBride gets Cuyamaca on the board, stops a 4-0 Canyons run. Here's Cornelius working. His pass to Pitts knocked away by Sykes. It'll stay with Canyons. Wilson will bring it in play. Sends it to Perez near side wing. Now to Orbach near side corner. He'll put it on the floor, working against Cervantes. Stops at the foul line, kicks it to Pitts. Now to Wilson is around the perimeter to Perez. 6 to shoot for Canyons. Inside block extended, Orbach jumper no. Rebound pulled down by McBride. Cuyamaca will work the other way. Here's Clue. Clue driving. Counted in the foul for Kenneth Clue. It's Cuyamaca back to even at 4-all and a chance to give them the lead. Clue yesterday, 4.7 boards, 3 assists, was just 1 of 4 from the floor in 35 minutes. Remember, Cuyamaca needed double overtime to outlast Barstow. They had a 19-point lead at one point yesterday, or at least at halftime yesterday, and then blew that 19-point lead, forced themselves to double overtime, but picked up the win. Canyons at one point in their game against Oxnard had a 19-point lead. They never gave it up. They were able to keep Oxnard at arm's length and win the game. They turn it over here. So after a good start with a 3 from Pitts, less than ideal the last couple of times down the floor, and Oxnard will go back to work as Richardson will bring it ahead. Cervantes. McBride straight away. Richardson far wing. Puts it on the floor, works around the McBride screen. Cornelius able to slip it. And Sykes with 7 at the foul line. Bounce pass trying to find Cervantes, could not. Cleanly as Cervantes couldn't keep it in play, so it's a turnover on Cuyamaca, and it'll be Canyons basketball. Cuyamaca coming out in a full court press here. They'll guard Cornelius all the way up the floor to the timeline with Cervantes right on him. Here's Pitts. Sykes right next to him. Canyons will work around the perimeter. Cornelius on the near side. Drops it back. Pitts, wing 3. This is where Canyons was hot yesterday in the first half. Pitts misses on that 3, though. Cuyamaca back the other way. Good bounce pass from Clue to Richardson, and he's got an easy finish. It's a 7-0 Coyote run. They lead 7-4. Canyons will get one on the inside. As Orbach down low. It's his first bucket of the ball game. Actually, they give it to Donovan Cornelius, excuse me. That one out off of Cuyamaca. It goes out off of Sykes, and it's Canyons basketball. Stacey Webb back into the game for the first time today for College of the Canyons, as Wilson checks off. Perez will try a wing 3. Good open look for Perez as he knocks it down. And Canyons, now their second 3 of the ball game, leads 9-7. Again, I think this is going to be a key. Granted, it's 2 games or a game in 4 minutes into the season, but it seems as though yesterday the 3-point ball very much a part of Canyons' offensive scheme this year, compared to last year where a lot of it was get it inside to Jonah Alfara or let JT Barnett work. This year it seems as though the group on the floor really trying to work for open looks for their teammates. Perez, back-to-back, he's starting to heat up. And it's a 12-7 lead. Timeout, Cuyamaca will take the timeout as well. Canyons up early here, 15:53 to go in this first half.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Twelve to 7, College of the Canyons leading Cuyamaca here early on, just underway, 4 minutes and 7 seconds into the ball game. Canyons already with a couple of 3-pointers in the ball game from Justin Perez. The Cougars shooting 3 of 4 from downtown here early on. Cuyamaca will throw this one into the backcourt. It'll be a violation on the Coyotes. Canyons will get the basketball. So again, Canyons, and this is kind of the way we saw in the first half work yesterday for the Cougars. On offense, they were able to hit the 3-ball early and often. On defense, they were very solid in the first half. Trying to work the same way here today. As here's a chance, Webb on a drive and hung up on the rim, and it just didn't fall. Cuyamaca, a dangerous pass that actually bounced off the foot of J.J. Langford right back to Jameer Sykes. Now they try and work it inside to Kai Long, but he couldn't control it. And Webb will come back up the floor. Canyon's running the fast break. A blocking foul going to be called against Cuyamaca. And it'll be 2 shots for Raz Orbach as he goes to the line. That'll be the 2nd foul on Jameer Sykes, and that'll likely put Sykes on the bench here early on. And I'm actually surprised Rob Kowski letting Sykes stay on the floor here. And actually, no, I'm incorrect. Quentin Richardson up off the bench, so I did not see Richardson down there. The official was screening me out. First is good from Orbach. Second is good from Orbach as well. Perez and Orbach off after the make. We'll see Gilad Zigel into the game for the first time, along with Wyatt Wilson back in. Cuyamaca back to work. Smalley will put up a 3, no good. First 3 attempt of the day for Cuyamaca. Cornelius came down with the rebound. Webb now with it for Canyons, tries to slash into the lane, kicks it back to Wilson, had it poked out of his hands by Smalley. They'll stay with Canyons here. Canyons again going small with 5 guards on the floor here. Richardson driving into the lane, stops at the foul line, tried to force a pass to Zigel, but then again an outlet by Cuyamaca goes out of play. So they're just a little bit too quick on the outlet plays. And that time it was Langford guilty of the errant pass. So it'll give the Canyons the ball right back. Dangerous pass into the hands of Wilson on the inbound play. Now Webb. Cervantes right on top of him. Webb will try and slip him. Kicks it into the corner. Cornelius thought, and then he'll dribble into the lane with 7 at the foul line, falling down. Sent it to Zigel. Zigel spinning, needs to put one up. Does a 6-footer that's good. It's a nice play from Gilad Zigel. The guard out of Woodland Hills, California. Taft High School graduate. Played a minute yesterday, didn't have any buckets. Gets his first bucket of his college career. Remember, it's a very young team for College of the Canyons. All freshmen except for Raz Orbach, the only sophomore on the roster this year. There's Langford, a freshman for Cuyamaca. He's tied up. A foul called by the official. It's going to go against Zigel. Cuyamaca's substitutions. Kai Long off the floor. Langford off as well, as they get David Brinkman into the game. And McBride back in there as well. Here's Cervantes, quiet here early on. Cervantes, a guy that Cuyamaca will rely a lot on, along with Sykes. But with Sykes on the bench, it's going to force Cervantes to be even more active. He had 20 points yesterday in their win. Here's a Smalley 3 that's good with 1 second on the shot clock. First 3 of the ball game for Cuyamaca. Makes it 16-10. Three on the other side from Canyons is good. Cougars stretch the lead back out to 9. Maurice Pitts with the 3. Wyatt Wilson picking up the assist. Here's Richardson with the basketball for Cuyamaca. Slashes into the lane, goes up at the block. Good body control that time from Richardson. Pitts was right there to put his hands in the way, but didn't foul him, and Richardson able to get the finish. Webb right back up the floor. Tried to force one into Zigel. Pulled down by Smalley, and that's just a turnover from Canyons that time. A little aggressive on the possession, trying to push the pace just a touch. Here's Richardson, guarded by Webb this time. Richardson at the foul line, kicks it into the corner. Smalley, a three, bounces in. Torian Smalley with his second three, cuts the gap to 19-15. Webb just running all the way and lays it off the glass. Webb with a very high motor. We saw it yesterday. Not afraid to work the ball up the floor and just go and attack the basket. Ziegel going to be called for a foul. Had his hand on the back of the Cuyamaca player. It'll be his second foul on Ziegel. And it'll bring substitutions. Here, Perez checking in along with Orbach. And we'll get Cornelius and Ziegel off the floor. Kenneth Clue with the basketball. Clue with 3 points so far in the game. Finished off an old-fashioned three-point play earlier on. Send it over to Cervantes. Webb staying right with him. Webb going to get called for a foul here, I believe. It might actually go against Roz Orbach. We'll see. It'll be the fifth foul. It'll be on Wilson. Cuyamaca will take the ball inbound from underneath the basket on the far side of the floor. Webb going to be called for a foul. Two quick ones. Richardson checking back in. Cervantes going to get a break here. So 21-15 Canyons leading. 11:46 to go. Off the inbound. Smalley again. He is heating up from three. Back-to-back-to-back threes for him. Canyons lead down to three at 21-18. Smalley lighting it up right now. He's got 9 points. All three of his shots have been three-pointers. He's 3 of 4 and has taken all 4 of the threes for Cuyamaca here early on. Both teams shooting well from three early. Here's Wilson. That's good. Wyatt Wilson knocks down a three. He was good yesterday, 2 of 5 from three. Smalley then taking over again. This time misses. Ball bounces away, goes to Webb. He'll outlet. Wilson trying to get there before Richardson did not. Richardson, though, knocked it out of play. He'll stay with Canyons here. They're trying to get the shot clock correct here. Webb will pick it up here as it's thrown into the backcourt. He'll send it to Orbach, back to Webb on the near wing. Webb will step into a three, it's good. Stacey Webb knocks it down. Only took 1 3 yesterday, didn't make it, but knocks this one down and the lead back to 9. Cuyamaca, Clue driving. Good body control, counted in the foul again as he draws the contact from Donovan Chapman. Clue misses on the foul shot this time. Rebound pulled down by Chapman. Webb ahead to Orbach. Foul line jumper in transition, no good. Too much on it that time from Orbach. And Clue comes down with the rebound. Here's Clue trying to isolate against Webb. Kicks. Three, Cervantes short. Good box out on the inside that time from Chris Burns, getting his first action of the season. and then he draws a foul. Going to be the second quick foul on Chapman here, and it's going to put Cuyamaca in the bonus. Chris Burns, the freshman out of Saginaw, Michigan. Misses on the first of two. Second is no good. Orbach able to pull down a tip, rebound, and get it ahead to Cornelius. And Canyons will go to work offensively here. Here's Wilson. Back to Cornelius. He'll back things off and set up the offense in a half-court set. Orbach elbow, kicks it corner. Perez back to Orbach at the block. Now out to Wilson, a three-pointer on the way, no good. But Cornelius, the offensive board. He'll kick back out Mo Pitts on the wing. And now Cornelius back to work. Canyons back with a reset here. Wilson, Perez, corner, three. Can he stay hot? No. Orbach tips a rebound out to Wilson. And Perez will catch and reset again. Third opportunity here for Canyons. Orbach drops. Wilson, a straightaway three. Short. Rebound pulled down by Langford. Able to find Sykes, who's back in the game, and Sykes will speed it ahead. Here's Clues spinning. Pressured by a couple of Canyons players, and they're going to be able to force a travel by Clue, who will promptly check out of the game as they'll bring Torian Smalley back in. 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Canyons with a 7-point lead. Cougars 6 of 10 from three. Cuyamaca 3 of 5 from downtown. Cougars have done a better job at the foul line today than they did yesterday here early on. 3 of 4 from the line. Here's Orbach underneath the basket. Reverse layup, no good. That's a tough finish for Orbach that time. Good defense by Cuyamaca. Orbach able to get a steal. Falls down on the floor and then just threw a ball ahead and turned it over. Cervantes comes away with it. And an offensive foul going to be called on Cervantes. Good charge taken by Perez that time. It's the first personal on Perez. Pitts down low, he's going to draw a foul. It's either going to go against Burns or Sykes. If it's Sykes, we'll probably put him on the bench for the last 8 minutes here. Looks like it's going to go against Burns, though. It'll send Pitts to the line. First of two is good from Pitts. Mo Pitts, give him 7 points. He and Perez tied for team lead in points right now. Clue back into the game. Along with Kai Long, is Sykes going to go back to the bench? Chris Burns joined him there. Oh, Pitts knocks them both down. Lead ticks ahead to 29-20 in favor of Canyons here. Cervantes, an offensive foul going to be called for a moving screen on Kai Long. Derek McBride off, Langford back in. 6 fouls now on Cuyamaca here in the first half. Next, they'll put Canyons in the bonus. Cuyamaca already there. Here's Wilson. Works off of a Orbach screen to Cornelius now. Now down low block extended Orbach. Back up Pitts. Wing 3 on the way. Short. Rebound Perez. Lost the ball going up. Clues Skies to rip it down out of the air. And he'll sprint into the front court. Throws it underneath. Doesn't find Cervantes. It's another Cuyamaca turnover. Their 8th of the ball game. As we'll get a substitution here. Georges Aldonor coming in. And we'll get a timeout call by Cuyamaca here. 29-20 Canyon, 7:34 to go here in the first half. Cougars out in front.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So,
hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
29-20 in favor of College of the Canyon, 7:34 to go here in the first half. Cougars shooting 6 of 11 from 3 here in the first half. 9 of 19 from the floor. Cuyamaca 8 of 12 from the floor, 3 of 5 from beyond. Cougars much better job at the foul line here early on. 8 of 13 from the line. That's maybe the difference here in the ball game. 7:34 to go here in the first half. So far early in the season, interesting, still kind of feeling everything out both these sides for College of the Canyons. It's been an interesting to look. Plenty of guards that can shoot the 3 ball well, and I think that's going to be very, very important for College of the Canyons as the season continues on here. As Mo Pitts with the basketball will work to his left, now gets it to Wilson. Was looking for Abdelnour, who will catch. Now he'll get it block extended to Perez, trying to work against Clue with 6. Canyons an extra pass into the corner. Wilson will put up a 16-footer. He draws the foul on a closeout from Derek McBride, and Wilson will go to the line for a pair of foul shots. Scoring from each side. Smalley leading the way for Cuyamaca with 9. 3 of 4 from 3. Kenneth Clue with 5. Quentin Richardson with 4. And Derek McBride with 2. For College of the Canyons, Mo Pitts with 8. Justin Perez with 7. Stacy Webb with 5. Wyatt Wilson with 4 and a chance to get to 5. Then you've got Cornelius and Orbach each with 2, as well as Gilad Sigel. So the Cougars, another thing that's going to be very important for them, just through to a game and little over halfway through a half, I think, for College of the Canyons. A very important thing for them is gonna be their ability to find scoring depth and shoot the 3 ball. We've kind of seen that yesterday, we've seen that today too. Here's Clue back to work offensively. It's an 11-point Canyons lead, their largest of the day so far. Perez staying right on top of Clue. Now Torian Smalley with 2 seconds, needs to put one up, does, and gets it to fall. It's good defense from Canyons, and Smalley just able to find a way to finish one off at the last second. Not much more you can ask for if you're Howard Fisher of your defense that time. You just get beat by a better shot from Smalley, who's in double figures with 11 points now. Here's Pitts. Tried to force one inside to Abdelnour, but got it right back. Now Cornelius will go to work with 10 seconds on the shot clock off the Abdelnour screen. We'll send it to Pitts. Pitts with 6 now in isolation, trying to drive. Lost the ball. Picked up by Cornelius, but it's a kickball called against Cuyamaca. Will reset the shot clock to 20 and give it Canyons underneath the Cuyamaca basket. Figueroa into the game, will inbound it. They get it to Perez. Perez spinning, leaves his man, and lays it in. That's a nice move from Perez. Able to slip his man in the painted area, and he's got 9 points now for College of the Canyons. They lead by 11 once again. 5:45 to go here in the first half. Cougars have led for the most part. Cuyamaca had a 7-4 lead at one point, but Canyons has stretched their lead now out to 11. Here's Sykes back in the game, steps into a three, no good. Ziegel fighting for it with McBride. McBride gonna draw a foul and get himself to the line. McBride had 10 points, 4 boards, 2 assists yesterday in 36 minutes. For Cuyamaca, it seems as though it's gonna be a question of who's gonna have the scoring touch. I really do think Jameer Sykes and Nico Cervantes are gonna be the guys they're gonna rely on most often through the season. We've seen some ability from McBride. Quentin Richardson's had a few nice buckets as well. So there's some depth there. Kenneth Clue has shown flashes of being able to slash, as well as Torian Smalley. So it's not as though they don't have the ability to find some scoring depth. It's just going to be a matter of who's going to have it from night in, night out. And I would say Canyons is a little bit of the same thing. It's going to be who has it night in, night out. Cuyamaca does have the advantage of a few sophomores on the roster, so some veteran leadership. But they are kind of a young squad as well. They get a takeaway here on the full court press, and Sykes going to drive to the basket, a quick 4-0 run, and all of a sudden the Canyons lead back down to 7. Sykes, that's just his first basket of the ball game. He's been on the bench with some foul trouble. Abdelnour drives a blocking foul on David Brinkman and gets himself to the line. Abdelnour with 2 points and 2 boards in 12 minutes yesterday, getting some run here. Canyons is in the bonus, so we should update the scoreboard to reflect such. Again, this is kind of where Canyons faltered a lot last year. They were great at getting to the line, averaged 16 foul shots made per game, but they shot 65%, and yesterday kind of held that true, so you really need to find a way to finish off trips to the line. Abdelnour misses both. It's kind of one of those things when you talk to basketball folks, it's a strange phenomenon. It's kind of like if you watch the World Series, the New York Yankees having trouble playing defense. It's the same thing with some of these young guys. Gotta make foul shots. It's a very important part of the game. So Sykes gonna go to the line here as he draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. Foul went against Mo Pitts, his first. 9th foul on Canyons. That actually 1-1 for Sykes. He misses the first. So again, foul shots important on both sides. Cuyamaca 3 of 7 from the line. Canyons 7 of 10. There's Cornelius. Had 6.7 boards yesterday. Got it to Abdelnour, missed. Orbach tried to poke a rebound out, but Pitts couldn't come away with it, as Brinkman had inside position. Now Brinkman will put it on the floor. Bounce pass to the inside, trying to get it to McBride. Now back to Brinkman. Challenged and fouled by Cornelius, so Brinkman gonna go to the line. So with 4 minutes and 28 seconds, Cuyamaca gonna shoot the plus the rest of the way. Canyons is in the penalty. Brinkman made the first. Can cut it to a 5-point game with the second. Does. 33-27. Stacey Webb back in the game for College of the Canyons. Here's Orbach, a foul line jumper, no good. Long rebound, Cornelius. Nearly had it stripped from behind. He's able to get it to Wilson as Canyons works on a reset again. Good pass from inside to out by Orbach. Cornelius just missed on the 3. Cervantes with the board. Outlets ahead. Richardson driving to the basket. Great body control by Quentin Richardson as he's able to lay it home, and it's a 3-point game. Here's Webb. He puts up a 3 that's an air ball, but falls right into the lap of Wyatt Wilson, who lays it home. works as a pass, really, in a timeout called by Howard Fisher. Canyons back up by 5, 3:46 to go. Cougars in the lead, we'll take a timeout. Here's Richardson back to work as Cuyamaca back with the basketball. Cervantes will put up a deep three and he hits it. Back to a 2-point, possession game here. Canyons led by as much as 11. This is another theme from seasons past that we've seen with the Cougars. The ability to kind of hold on to leads kind of dwindles at times. Orbach able to get to the basket and lays it in. It's a big bucket from Ross Orbach, his first of the day. Makes it 37-33 now with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Richardson, Cervantes trying to go for back-to-back threes. That one was short. Orbach had the rebound bounce off of him right to Mo Pitts, and Canyons back up the floor. Here's Cornelius slashing towards the painted area, kicks it out to Stacey Webb. He's got a wide open look for three, but didn't knock it down. Rebound bounces around, finds its way to Wyatt Wilson eventually, and Wilson will slow things up. Canyons will set up a play here. Webb tried to get it inside to Orbach. Back the other way comes Cuyamaca. Smalley into the lane, gets it to roll. Pitts with 14 on the shot clock, puts one up. It's going to hit the wiring above the basket, no good. Canyons has cooled off a little bit from three, 6 of 13, making it 6 of 14 from beyond. 12 of 28 from the floor. Cuyamaca's been efficient today, 13 of 19. And they're within 2 right now, a chance to try and retake the lead as Richardson will bring it back up the floor. Cervantes, stutter step, driving, kicks it. Smalley, he's been hot from 3, but misses on that one. Orbach gonna draw a foul. Orbach gonna be called for a foul, excuse me. It's gonna go against Derek McBride. Second foul on Orbach. So Perez and Abdelnour up at the table getting ready to come back in. Webb and Orbach will come off the floor. We have a tie game, fresh ball game at 37 all here. Pitts with an open look on the wing for 3, no good. Was too strong, but Wilson right underneath the basket. Canyons crashing the boards well that time. Get an easy bucket. They've out-rebounded Cuyamaca 14-13 at this point in time. And they lead by 2 with 1:09 to go here in the first half. McBride spinning around, drops it for Richardson. Elbow extended jumper, no good. Cornelius the rebound with 58 to go. He'll bring it ahead into the front court. Wilson, Perez. Perez now will drop. Leaves it for Mo Pitts. Pitts waiting here, gets it to Abdelnour just outside the 3-point line. He was trying to drop it to Cervantes. Cornelius, who draws a blocking foul on Cervantes, who was trying to cut through and steal it away. It'll be the second foul on Nico Cervantes, who's been quiet today with just 3 points. Donovan Cornelius to the line today for the first time. Cornelius, just 2 points in the ball game in 18 minutes. Shooting the split 1-1. He'll get the chance to take the second here as he knocks down the first, extends the lead to 3. 43 seconds to go here in the first half. Canyons led by as much as 11. Aka's largest lead was 3. It's a tight game here as Cornelius makes them both 41-37. Here's Sykes. Got it to Clue. Now back to Sykes. Works it Smalley, block extended. Back to Clue with 22 seconds left in the first half. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Clue driving, draws a foul as the ball was knocked out of his hands with a hand on his arm, I believe they say. It's going to go against Abdelnour, his second. So Clue will go to the line to shoot a pair. Clue 1 for 2 from the line today. Richardson and Long checking back in. Cervantes and Sykes will get a break for the final 17 seconds going into the halftime locker room. Second from Clue is good. Lead back down to 3. 17 seconds to go here in the first half. Perez and Pitts playing catch up the timeline. Canyons an extra pass, finding Perez, a 3, no good. Too much on it. 6 seconds to go. Richardson can push the pace, make it a 1-point game at the very least. Smalley's 3 was blocked, and we'll see in a 3-point game as we go into the halftime locker room. 41-38, College of the Canyons leading over Cuyamaca. We'll have second half action when we come back.
Welcome to College of the Canyons, where students become the success stories of tomorrow. Whether you're already in the workforce or just getting started, our flexible schedules are a game changer. And students don't just earn degrees. They catapult into desirable careers in top 4-year universities for just $46 per unit. Quality education without crushing debt. Ditch the cookie-cutter mold of college and make college work for you. Register now at canyons.edu/schedule.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So,
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Can I get it Mike's way? What's happening?
And your free sub. Enjoy.
That was super weird.
Oh, that? Nah. She just used the shore points you can now earn from chip and drink purchases to get free sub through the app. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
Make hosting your next event easy with the Dr. Diane G. Van Hook University Center. With over 30 meeting spaces, wireless video teleconferencing capabilities, food service, and technical support available, the University Center has everything you need to make your next event shine. Conveniently located near the 5 and 14 freeways in Santa Clarita, the University Center offers easy access to local airports and many attractions, making it the ideal meeting place for everyone. To learn more about our rental options or to book now, visit canyons.edu/University Center.
Welcome back into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for second half action. Cuyamaca and College of the Canyons. So we go back to work. Canyons with a 41-38 advantage over Cuyamaca as we go into the second half. The Coyotes will start with the basketball here in the second half. Look at some of the numbers. Canyons shooting 41% from the floor. Cuyamaca very efficient, 59%. 13 of 22, which is 4 of 10 from 3. Canyons 6 of 16 from triple and 9 of 12 from the line. And an early foul. First whistle comes 8 seconds in. A holding foul. Goes against Mo Pitts, his second. There's Clue. Look in the offense here with 8 now. Off the screen, gets a favorable switch. They dump it inside. McBride is hooked, no good. He got his own rebound, throws it back over the top of Orbach, but no good. And Perez back the other way. Dangerous pass, but Pitt's able to catch. Tries to get it up into the basket, but he's going to draw a foul and go to the line. It's going to go against Cervantes. Third foul on Cervantes. Pitt's 2 for 2 from the line here early on. Canyons have been much better from the line today than they were yesterday. Pitts makes the first 2, stretches the lead back out to 4. Both are good for Pitts. Drives the lead back up to 5. Torian Smalley with 13 points and a board to lead the way for Cuyamaca. For College of the Canyons, Maurice Pitts now with 10 points and a rebound to lead the way. Sykes scored in the foul. Orbach going to be called for the block. So Sykes with a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play as they both went crashing down hard to the floor. Don't want to see Sykes get going if you're College of the Canyons. He was quiet in the first half, just 2 points. Only took 2 field goals. He was in foul trouble for most of the half with 2 fouls. He'll go to the line and try and cut it to a 2-point game. Knocks it down, so it is a 2-point game. 43-41. Canyons clinging to a lead. They had stretched it to 11, but Cuyamaca ready to battle. These two teams battled last year for the Clash at Canyons championship. Canyons came ahead 74-70. They expect the same here today in terms of a battle between these two teams. Perez, Orbach kicks. Cornelius wing 3 short. Orbach gets some help from Cornelius for the rebound. Inside Perez. Perez has it stripped off of him by Smalley. Cuyamaca a chance to tie or take the lead. Instead, they turn it over. And that's kind of been what's plagued Cuyamaca a little bit today. Turnovers at inopportune times. That's their 9th of the ball game. Canyons with just 7 in the ball game. Cougars out rebounding Cuyamaca 17-15 at this point. It's been tight. Both teams have had opportunities. Cougars have cooled off from 3. Perez trying to get him going again, and this time he knocks it down. It's good to see when Perez gets 3-pointers and they start to knock him down. He's in double figures now. Give him 12 in the ball game. 2 Cougars in double figures, and again, it's kind of going to be the key for College of the Canyons, I think, this year. The ability to shoot the 3-ball successfully and get multiple players scoring in double figures. You're not going to see what we saw last year with JT Barnett and Jonah Alfaro really carrying the load offensively. Alfaro especially, he had a ridiculous number of double-doubles last year. He's the all-time leading rebounder in Cougar history, and he's no longer on the inside to really run the offense through. There's a foul called on Perez, who actually fouled out yesterday. That was just his first foul. Canyon's going to get lucky as this one goes off of McBride out of play. So we talked about yesterday for the Cougars, Wilson with 11, Webb with 11, Wilson with 16, Pitts with 15, Perez with 12. So he had 4 different Cougars in double figures. And 11 players actually scored in the ball game. And that, again, is, I think, going to be the key for this Canyons team, is they're going to need contributions for everybody. If you look at it here today, 7 different Cougars have scored today. Only Chapman, Figueroa, and Abdelnour have not been able to capitalize on buckets. And they have 2 players with a third approaching double figures. And Wyatt Wilson, as Cornelius knocks down a foul shot. Cornelius 3 for 3 from the line now. Make him 4 for 4. Give him 6 points. And lead back to 7. Here's Quentin Richardson. Richardson with 6 points. It's off to a good starter. Lee slowed down midway through the second or the first half, trying to get going here again. A little wild that time. Thought he drew a foul, but they say no. And Canyons will work back up the floor the other way. Richardson right back in on defense with Cornelius. Canyons a good pass from inside to out for Pitts, but he misses on a 3. Orbach comes down with the long rebound, and the Cougars will go back to work offensively. Orbach's shown the ability on that pass inside to really find an open man, make that extra pass. The Cougars just need to knock those down. If they start doing it, they're really going to be able to run on teams. Orbach off the screen and roll, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line. Just couldn't get that one to fall. And Orbach really the only big for Canyons that's seeing action here early on. And really, he's not even a big. He's a 6'3" guard, but has been forced to kind of play inside as we saw last year. Really, we have not seen the Cougars go with J.R.B. Brown, Nigel Promber, Byron Osowski. George Abdelnour is the only forward that's seen action this year. Everybody else has been guards on the floor. So timeout called by Cuyamaca. They want to talk things over here. Their third timeout, so 3 of them left here in the ball game. 16:37 to go, 48-41, Canyons in the lead.
Make hosting your next event easy with the Dr. Diane G. Van Hook University Center. With over 30 meeting spaces, wireless video teleconferencing capabilities, food service, and technical support available, the University Center has everything you need to make your next event shine. Conveniently located near the 5 and 14 freeways in Santa Clarita, the University Center offers easy access to local airports and many attractions, making it the ideal meeting place for everyone. To learn more about our rental options or to book now, visit canyons.edu/University Center.
48-41, Canyons leading. Cougars led by as much as 11 at one point. They've stretched their lead back up to 7. After Cuyamaca got it back to a 2-point lead at one point. Just a couple of lead changes in the ball game. Coyotes' largest lead was 3. Orbach makes the first of 2. Cuyamaca has not led since the 16:38 mark of the first half. Orbach makes both, the lead back up to 9. They did get it back to square as even things up with 1:37 to go in the first half, but the Canyons has seized control once again. Clue trying to drive, threw it to Richardson. Richardson working against Wilson, stops in the lane. Throws it back out to Sykes, trying to drive against Webb. Over the top of Wilson, he's gonna draw a foul. Will Sykes, and he'll get himself to the line. Foul gonna go against Wilson, gonna be his second. Jameer Sykes, who's only got 5 points today, had a 23-point outburst yesterday. It's 8 of 16 from the floor. He's just been shut down by Canyons here early on. Gets to the line and knocks down the first. Cervantes and Langford back in to take over for McBride and Clue. Sykes makes both. 50-42, Canyons leading. Wilson at corner 3, no good. Cuyamaca gonna get an easy bucket for Smalley as he'll finish with 2 hands on an outlet after the missed 3. The lead all of a sudden right back down to 5. Again, Canyons has cooled off from 3. They've missed a handful of their last 5. I would say 4 of their last 5 as they turn it over here. Smalley with Richardson right with him. Smalley missed on the dribble a little bit and has to slow things down. Sykes out to Richardson. Cornelius right on top of him. Richardson moves away from the screen, gets into the lane, was falling and missed. And it'll be out off of Richardson. It'll be Canyons basketball. Timeout called by College of the Canyons. Howard Fisher wants to talk things over. So we'll stay right with it here. Maybe not happy with the last offensive set down the floor. And wanting to discuss things a little bit here. He's got his team out on the floor and is talking to him right now. Canyons with a 50-45 lead. Not as big of a crowd as last night. Had quite a crowd on hand for the second game yesterday between College of the Canyons and Oxnard. Today a little lighter, but still a decent size for early on in the year, especially on a Saturday during football season. Youth sports season as well in full swing here in Santa Clarita. Soccer, volleyball, baseball always going, seems like. Hockey as well. There's lots to do. A 3-pointer from Wilson, no good. Canyons remains cold from 3 here. Is now just 7 of 20 from 3. Orbach runs around. I'm not sure that wasn't a travel on Orbach, but instead it's going to be a foul called on Cuyamaca that's going to send Cornelius to the line. Foul goes against J.J. Langford, his first. 4th on Cuyamaca. Donovan Cornelius shooting 2, 4 for 4 from the line today. Canyons has done much better from the line today. They're 15 of 18, now 16 of 19. Webb gonna check out as they wanna give him a break here and kind of tell him, let's settle back in, you're all right. Cornelius makes both foul shots. Gilad Ziegel gonna come in to take over for Roz Orbach here. Here's Clue. Sykes gonna try and drive on Pitts, backs him off, now steps into a 17-footer and knocks it stiff. Nice shot from Sykes that time. Cuts the lead back to 5. Webb now working with the basketball. He's back into the game, took over for Wilson. Perez now on the catch. Cornelius back to Perez in the corner. His Canyons will work it around the perimeter here. Tried to go inside to Ziegel, but he just couldn't catch it. Clue back the other way. Just delays, goes up now with the right hand. Clues, boy, he just kept his toe on the ground. I think lucky maybe the officials didn't call him for a travel, but nonetheless, it may be a turnabout fair play after what we looked like was a travel from Orbach on the other side. Perez misses an early shot clock 3. 52-49, 13:50 to go here. A tight ball game here for the Clash of Canyons. Championship. Clue near the painted area, kicks back. Smalley was hot from 3 early on, misses that time. Pitts the long rebound, outlets to Webb. Webb, who's a very high motor guy, will just spin it back, and Canyons will rework into a half-court set. Ziegel had it poked out of his hands, then his pass poked away, found its way to Webb. Webb to Cornelius. Cornelius wants to drive, got it to Ziegel. Back to Pitts. Straightaway three, short, no good. Perez and Cornelius fighting for the rebound. For Canyons, they get it. Now Webb will try and drive. He'll kick it over to Perez. Now to Pitts again, straight away. Canyons looks like they're a little tired, and it's an errant pass that time from Canyons. And we'll see substitutions. Perez off the floor. Cornelius as well. They'll get Webb and Orbach back in there. Stays a 3-point lead for College of the Canyons. Each team with 4 fouls in this half so far. It's been tightly contested. Cervantes thought about a 3, now will drive. Euro step into the lane, it's good. Cervantes gets Cuyamaca back within 2. That's his 5th point of the ball game. Cervantes just 2 of 6 from the floor before that. Or excuse me, 1 of 5 from the floor before that. Ziegel going to be called for a travel, and Cuyamaca will have a chance to take their first lead of the ball game since way back at the 16:38 mark of the first half. Trailing by 1, 12:20 to go. McBride doubled, got it inside. Richardson to give Cuyamaca the lead. Richardson now with 8. Cuyamaca, 3 other guys approaching double figures as Smalley leads the way with 15. Ziegel nearly turned that one over. Able to catch it now, got it to Wilson. Wilson will get it to Webb now on the near side. Webb getting it to Orbach just outside the painted area. Drives, throws up a wild shot, counted in the foul for Orbach. Donovan Chapman checking back in. Orbach goes to the line. Misses on the foul shot, but a foul going to be called against Chapman on the rebound. Second foul on Donovan Chapman. For Orbach, he's got 9. He's 5 of 6 from the line. Countered in the foul for Richardson. And Richardson makes it a 2-point lead here for Cuyamaca. 56-54 now. So Richardson now in double figures. He's got 11 after finishing that off. 5 of 8 from the floor today. Cuyamaca with a 2-point lead. Webb catches on the inbound. Or excuse me, Wilson caught on the inbound. Now Webb with it. Orbach. Canyons working around the perimeter. The energy not quite there for College of the Canyons. Cuyamaca has picked it up. Here's Richardson trying to drive. Draws the Webb foul. Will get himself to the line. Second foul on Webb. Richardson knocks down the first. Cornelius checking in. Second is good for Webb, and Cuyamaca stretched it out to a 4-point lead. Largest of the day, a 5-point lead, 59-54. Carryover called on Donovan Cornelius. It's 58-54. I thought it was a 4-point lead, and scoreboard said 5, and then it changed back to 4, and that's what it actually was, as Richardson, 2 foul shots got him to 58. This lead, 58-54. Here's Cervantes. Inside Brinkman, guarded tightly. Brinkman trying to square up to the basket. Canyons will poke it out of play. 14 seconds on the shot clock here for Cuyamaca. 10:35 to go. They lead 58-54. Orbach rips down the board. Cornelius back the other way. Canyons trailing by 4. Largest deficit for Canyons here today. Cornelius trying to get it to Wilson. Stolen away by Richardson. And then Richardson fouled on a block. And everything working for Cuyamaca right now as the defense has picked it up for the Coyotes. And they are now in the bonus. Smalley will check in to take over for Sykes. Richardson, who's done a great job to get himself to the line the last 3 times down the floor. His 4th and 5th attempts at the foul line is perfect from the line so far, with 13 points in the ball game. Makes the first on the 1-and-1. Second is good for Richardson. Lead now up to 6. 2-possession game here. Cuyamaca in the lead. Canyons has got ice cold from the floor. Shooting just 38.5% right now. 15 of 39 and just 7 of 23 from 3. Need to find a way to get things going once again. Here's Orbach. Catches on a high pass. Got it to Wilson. He'll put up a 3. No good. Too strong. This is some of those freshman growing pains, I think, from Canyons a little bit. Just kind of losing the plot in the contest. There's Cervantes underneath. The tap back doesn't go. Ball still loose. Chapman steps on the end line. It'll stay with Cuyamaca here. 9:32 to go. Mo Pitt's coming back in. Smalley spinning around, now gets to the paint, trying to work around Pitts. Didn't get it to fall though. Cornelius the rebound, and Canyons back the other way. Cornelius ahead to Wilson, back to Cornelius. He'll slow things up. Webb with a 3 from deep, short again. The Cougars just ice cold. Good work for the rebound though, as a hustle play from Perez. And Canyons will reset here. Orbach, block extended, doubled. Got it to Wilson. Wilson back up top. Canyons trying to work it around the perimeter here. Just 4 to shoot. Chapman going to be fouled on a reach that time from Smalley, and Smalley uncomfortable on it. Afterwards, maybe took one off the beak just a little bit, trying to reach in. Wholesale changes just about here for Cuyamaca. They'll get Clue, Sykes, Langford, and Kai Long back on the floor. The only Coyote that stays out there is Quentin Richardson. Wilson, corner three, no. Cougars just ice cold, 7 of 26. Richardson back the other way. Gonna be fouled hard that time by Cornelius. And now they're gonna discuss whether that needs to be a flagrant foul or not. They are going to call it a flagrant. So Richardson will go to the line, and Cuyamaca will get the ball back. Chance to extend the lead. So Richardson knocks them both down. The lead is 8 here. Sykes misses. Wilson tried to poke the rebound out to Cornelius. Then Long couldn't catch the pass as Richardson tried to feed it to him, and it's a turnover on Cuyamaca. 14 turnovers on the Cougars, 9 on Cuyamaca. They've cleaned that up. Didn't look good early on for them here in this second half, but they've certainly locked things down and forced Canyons to find something, anything. They just have not been able to find any baskets. They've been shooting a lot of threes. They just haven't knocked anything down. As Cuyamaca has picked up the defensive pressure. Here's Cornelius, back to Pitts, into the corner, Perez, over to Wilson, extra pass, Cornelius a three, no, it's an air ball. Wilson can't hold it in, and it's gonna be Cuyamaca basketball with 7:59 to go. Offensive foul going to be called as Pitts draws the charge on Sykes spinning in the lane. And Howard Fisher going to call a timeout, try and slow the pace down a little bit here. 32nd timeout, 7:47 to go. Cuyamaca leading 62-54. So the Canyons inbound here from the baseline on their side of the floor, trailing by 8, 7:47 to go, still a lot of time. Cuyamaca climbed back from an 11-point deficit, now have taken an 8-point lead. Canyons trying to find something offensively. Cornelius a foul line jumper. Cougars remain ice cold. I want to say they've missed their last maybe 10 shots down the floor. The last time Canyons has scored was the basket by Roz. Scratch that, it was a bucket by Roz Orbach. Made a layup. That was the last bucket. Another bucket for Cuyamaca. Now they've got a 10-point lead. Cuyamaca on a 10-0 run, 11-0 run. Orbach missed. Rebound loose and pulled down by Orbach. Again, Canyons, they just have not scored their last bucket. 11:45 in this second half. They miss on another one. Here's Perez. Another shot from Perez, no good. Canyons 0 for their last 8. They've just not found a way to finish here. So that's allowed Cuyamaca to get to a 10-point lead. Credit the Cuyamaca defense, forcing a lot of difficult shots. Canyons maybe finally going to break the 11-0 run here. As Pitts will go to the line. Pitts has been good from the line today. 4 for 4 so far. That's been the best part of Canyons' game here. 17 of 21 from the line. Cuyamaca 18 of 23. So it's been a pretty tight game. Pitts breaks the 11-0 run. Knocks down the first point of the ballgame since 11:25 in this second half. So close to 6 minutes. Pitts makes them both. Cuts the lead back to 8. 5:53 to go. Lots of time left in this one. Cuyamaca's stretched their lead out, trying to keep the Cougars at arm's length. Here's Clue working the ball across the timeline. Trying to work around Perez. They get it to Cervantes. Now Smalley, who's quieted down here in the second half, hasn't had a lot of good opportunities. Catches is doubled. They get it to Cervantes at the elbow with 5. Back to Clue, wants to drive into the painted area. Good body control to finish that time as he lays it off the window and in. Canyons needs to get some 3 balls going again here, as they were hot early on, but have just gone ice cold, really, from the floor. They've missed their last 8 field goals. Just have not been able to hit anything. Here's Webb trying to break that. No, make it 9 in a row. Cuyamaca can stretch it to 12 here. Trying to snap 4 straight seasons of Clash at Canyons victories for College of the Canyons. Clue driving, lays it in around Perez. And a timeout on the floor. Cuyamaca rolling, they lead 68-56. We'll take the break as well.
Welcome to College of the Canyons, where students become the success stories of tomorrow. Whether you're already in the workforce or just getting started, our flexible schedules are a game changer. And students don't just earn degrees, they catapult into desirable careers in top 4-year universities for just $46 per unit. Quality education without crushing debt. Ditch the cookie-cutter mold of college and make college work for you. Register now at canyons.edu/schedule.
Can't give that in. back to work here. Cuyamaca 68-56 lead. The Coyotes have had it all working in the second half. And really it started on the defensive end. Canyons has missed their last 9. They've been forced into some tough shots and have gone kind of ice cold from 3 as well. They've had some open looks, just have not been able to hit anything. Right at the Coyotes, they've played a solid game. Here's Perez, make it 10 in a row as the Cougars miss once again, and that's not going to get it done. Now a foul going to be called against Canyons. It'll put Cuyamaca at the line for 2. This was a good game last year. These two teams battled. The 74-70 Canyons win. This year, Cuyamaca really looking much more controlled throughout this one and playing a very solid game compared to late in the second half yesterday where they blew a 19-point halftime lead. Credit Barstow came back in that one, but still a much better performance, especially in this second half from Cuyamaca after trailing at halftime. As Kai Long misses the first. Long makes the second. So make it a 13-point lead now for the Cougars. Time running out here, 4 minutes to go in the ball game. They need to get something offensively going. Really, I think if you're Howard Fisher, you can do anything offensively. It doesn't have to be a 3, it can be a 2. It could be another couple of foul shots, really just anything. Pitts will work off the screen from Orbach. Wanted to screen and roll. Instead, we'll send it to Wilson. He'll have to put up a contested 3. That's no good. Good closeout by Smalley that time. Picks up the rebound, drives to the basket, put it off the window, didn't get it. Got his own rebound, puts the second chance back, no good. Perez throws it down, and then foul by Smalley. And that will send Perez to the line on the other side of the floor for 2 shots. It's both teams in the penalty here. So Perez a chance to try and get Canyons a couple of points back. 1 for 2 from the line today. And again, this is the one space I think Canyons has been better today, shooting 82% from the floor, or from the foul line, but just 30% from the floor. And the broadcaster jinx does it again as Perez misses the first. Cuyamaca very efficient today, 23 of 44 from the floor, 52%. Only 4 of 12 from 3, but that efficiency inside has really led to them dominating the game here in the later facets. They've scored 30 points in the paint, just to 14 for Canyons. They've had 18 points off the bench to just 7 for College of the Canyons as well. So we talked about it a lot throughout the game. The Cougars need to find scoring depth and need to really be able to hit the 3 when they go ice cold. It's going to be boom or bust games. Here's Clue working against Perez. We'll slow it down as Cuyamaca wants to take as much time off the clock as they can here as well. Clue driving, gets through a couple of bodies, missed. Rebound pulled down by Perez, outlets to Pitts. Back to Perez, driving right into the lane, draws the foul and goes to the line. I mean, that's a way to get yourself back into it if you can get to the line and stop the clock, make a couple of foul shots every time down, and play decent defense. You can keep yourself in this ball game. Foul went against Brinkman here. First of 2 from Perez is good. Gets it back to an 11-point game. Excuse me, can get it back to a 10-point game with this one. Richardson checks back in. Richardson's had a solid game for Cuyamaca. 19 points. He's their leading scorer so far. 3 boards as well. Give him 2 assists. Perez makes both. He'll check out. Chapman back in. Richardson 19. Smalley 15. Clue 12. For Canyons, Perez with 15, Pitts with 12. Those are your scorers in double figures. Here's Brinkman working against Orbach. We'll dump it off to Cervantes. Cuyamaca going to take all the time they can here. Jameer Sykes Gets it over to Quentin Richardson. Richardson, the leader today, on the floor for Cuyamaca. Works to his left, stops into the paint, throws one up, didn't get it to go. Chapman the rebound, outlets to Wilson. Wilson will bring it ahead to Cornelius. Cornelius wants to drive, spins back towards the three-point line, now drives again, got it back to Wilson. Canyons maybe a little gun shy from three as they've gone ice cold. Now trying to work it inside to Orbach. Back to Wilson. Instead we'll get it to Pitts, inside. Cornelius block extended, working against Richardson, knocks him down, but it's going to be called for an offensive foul. For Cornelius, that's his 5th personal, so he will check out of the ball game. Finishes with 8 points, 9 boards. 4 turnovers. Canyons in a press here, trying to get a steal. Webb back in there for COC. Here's Richardson up top. Sykes tried to throw it to Cervantes and he just lost it. Not a great pass from Sykes that time. Stays at a 10-point game. 1:41 to go. Cougars need to get something going offensively from the floor as they've missed their last 10 shots from the floor. They turn it over, great steal from Richardson. Webb was trying to feed it inside and Richardson just took it right off his hands. Cuyamaca will slow it down. There's Cervantes. Coyotes can take it inside of 60 seconds here. Cervantes with 4. Now back to Smalley with 2. Not going to get a shot away. Canyons will get a takeaway. They'll outlet ahead to Mo Pitts. He drives and make it 11 in a row. Pitts just left it short on the layup. Back the other way. Smalley will probably put the icing on it. Make it a 12-point game with 46 seconds to go. And Cuyamaca looking like they're going to come away with the Clash at Canyons here in 2024. Webb is fouled, will go to the line. Still some time to go, though. We've seen crazier things happen. Cuyamaca right now with a 12-point lead, 71-59. Webb knocks down the first. First trip to line for Stacey Webb today. He's got 6 points. Makes the second. Justin Perez will check back in. Good press break that time from Cuyamaca. They'll be able to run this one down if Canyons doesn't foul. We're inside 30 seconds. Sykes dumps it inside, and an offensive foul going to be called on Sykes. Leaves 23 seconds left here. It's a 10-point ball game. You need threes in a hurry and stops. At the very least, a chance to work on things here. Webb will sprint it ahead, drops it for Wilson. Over to Pitts, in the corner to Perez. Need to get something off here. I don't think they're going to get anything off, and that should just about put it in the books. So Cuyamaca going to take the Clash at Canyons here. The Cougars break the 0 for 11 streak with that bucket from Orbach. But with 9.1 to go in an 8-point ball game, Canyons going to call a timeout here. And you have to almost immediately foul and hope that Cuyamaca misses foul shots. So that's really the difference right now. The Cougars 0 for 11 from the floor in the later part of the second half. Cuyamaca, the defense, really coming through to force some tough shots. Coyotes getting 19 points from Quentin Richardson, 17 points from Torian Smalley, 12 points from Kenneth Clue. Those are your Coyotes in double figures. For the Cougars, it's just Perez, Pitts, and Orbach in double figures. Orbach with 10 now after that fall-away jumper. Cougars gonna likely fall to 1-1. Cuyamaca will go to 2-0 on the season. For the Cougars, they'll fall to 8-5 in Clash finals. Should they not be able to make up 8 points in the next 9 seconds. Cuyamaca able to avoid the foul and don't even have to break the timeline here. Indians was trying to get the foul. They're not going to get it. Cuyamaca going to take it. 71-63. The Coyotes get the win. They win the 2024 Clash at Canyons tournament with a nice game from Quentin Richardson to lead the way for Cuyamaca. Well, we thank you for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We hope you will join us all season long. We got plenty of action coming up as the season continues, including this week. We've got a 3-game week this week as men's soccer, actually a 4-game week, I believe. Men's soccer on the 5th, women's volleyball on the 6th, men's and women's soccer doubleheader on the 8th, and then football on the 9th. It is a busy, busy, busy week for us here on the Cougar Sports Network at College of the Canyons. Cuyamaca takes it. They win at 71-63 at the Clash at Canyons. We thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again soon here. Have a good weekend.